Hello dear students, this is the last video of the chapter birth, and after this chapter our literary portion will be completed and grammar will left that we will cover in next classes. So let's start today's class. As you know, in the last class we have discussed that Dr. Andrew successfully saved the life of mother as well as the life of a newly born baby with his strange trick of applying hot and cold water. And today's class will continue after that. So let's start. Andrew handed her the child. He felt weak and dazed. About him, the room lay in shuddering litter blankets, towels, basins, soiled instruments, hypodermic syringe impaled by its point in the linoleum, the ever knocked over, the kettle on its side in a puddle of water. Upon the huddled bed, the mother still dreamed her way quietly through the anesthetic. The old woman still stood against the wall, but her hands were together. Her lips moved without sound. She was praying. Okay. In this paragraph, writer says that Andrew, the writer himself, handed the nurse the baby, the child, and as he toiled hard throughout the night and he did not get any hour to sleep, so he was feeling weak and dazed also. Dazed means sleepy. And at that time, all the things which were present in that room were lying at sixes and sevenths, disorderly. Blankets, towel, basins, and dirty instruments, and the hypodermic syringe or hypodermic injection which he gave to the mother for bringing her life back. He pinned the needle of that syringe inside the linoleum covering. Linoleum covering or linoleum is the thin sheet which is generally applied to cover the floor or walls of the house. So he pinned up the point of that needle in the linoleum covering, and upon that he put an a mug or jug type pot, and the kettle was also lying beside, and there was some puddled water. So this was the position of that room in which the mother was lying, and she gave the birth to her baby after 20 years of her marriage. And the mother was still lying on the bed, half sensed. It means she was slowly recovering from anesthesia which was given to him before birth of the child. And the old woman, she was yet standing against the wall, but the difference is that before she had her hands around his neck, but now she folded her hands and she was offering some silent prayer, as both mother and her baby were safe and sound now. So after that, mechanically, Andrew shrunk out his sleeves, pulled on his jacket. I will fetch my bag later, nurse. He went downstairs through the kitchen into the scullery. His lips were dry. At the scullery, he took a long drink of water. He reached for his hat and coat. So after that, Doctor put on his jacket. He has took his jacket, and he told the nurse that he will take his doctor bag later. He will come again, and then he will take his bag. And as he toiled throughout the night, so his lips were dry, and that's why she straight went forward into the scullery through the kitchen. Scullery is a small room which is particularly used for washing utensils or pots. At the scullery, he drank a glass of water, a long glass of water, and then he reached for his hat and coat. It means he had taken his hat and coat. Okay, beta? And then he started walking downside or downstairs, and downstairs he found Joe standing on the pavement, I mean on stairs. At that time, Joe was completely tensed, and at the same time, he was also hoping for good happenings. So, doctor asked him, "All right, Joe," he said thickly, "both all right." At that time, Dr. Andrew asked Joe that everything is fine. Both mother and baby are safe and sound. That's why there is no need to worry. Everything is okay, everything is fine. So just enjoy the moment. It was quite light, nearby 5 o'clock. At that time, it was time around 5 a.m. So there was enough light around, and he also noticed that what he noticed, few miners were already in the street, the first of the night shift moving out. It means few miners who were working in the mines, they were returning from their work to their house after leaving the night shift. And Andrew also started walking with those miners, and at that time he was feeling the echoing sound of their footsteps in the street. And when he was walking with heavy foots, then he was thinking all about his actions, all about his duties or performances which he made obliviously or without thinking in small town blindly. And then he came on the conclusion that he had done something real or something good. So he said, "I have done something, oh God, I have done something real at last." So at last, doctor thanked God and thought that at last he had done something real, something extraordinary, something good. And it was the good sign of his career or starting of his career. So, dear students, here the chapter completes, and along with this chapter, literary portion also completes. Now, in next classes, we will discuss grammar portion, and the question answers of this chapter will be given you in your group. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you all.